Hey there, everyone. My name is Melody, and I'm the CEO and founder of Pro Event Planners. Today, I'll be giving you a little peek behind the scenes to show you the process of creating the backdrops that I post a few times a month on my Facebook page and on my YouTube channel. So, I'm going to walk you through. It's a lot of things here, but follow my madness. I typically start off with the fabric, with the tablecloth that I want to use. And I'm going to go with this beautiful satin lavender tablecloth. It's light and it's a great palette for all the flowers I have here. With that, I'm going to do this silver glass beaded charger. The color palette is pink, purple, and white. So we're going to start off with the pinks. Just different kinds of pinks, peonies, in a fuchsia, also in a pastel pink, pink rose, pink hydrangea, and these flowers I got at the Dollar Tree. And we're going to go over here to the purples. Purple berries, lavender rose, a dark purple hydrangea, and these are like stems with tiny, tiny berries. You can see that. And then these lavender beauties with a little bit of a purple berry, almost heart-shaped at the tip. I'm going to balance that off with white. I have white rose, white hydrangea, and this one I did not get at the Dollar Tree. I got this at my vendor in Hialeah. And this gives a lot of fullness to the arrangement. For drama, I'm going to add these beauties, like pink, because of the height and the fullness. Okay. I'm also going to be making some votives for the centerpiece. Here I have almost like a wine glass shaped votive, and then the candelabra, and I'm going to use the E6000 glue that together. And this is what E6000 is. It's a very, very strong glue. I got this at Walmart for about $3. And when I apply this to glass, it adheres perfectly. But you have to do this outside because it has a very, very strong chemical smell. So to be safe, put on a mask, glue it outside, and I let it sit with a weight on top for about a day. That may be overkill, but I just want to be safe because when I do centerpieces, the last thing I want is for centerpiece to fall apart in the midst of an event. Not cool. I'll also be using glue and the silicone mat so that the glue doesn't fall on any fabric or burn me, because that can burn the bejesus out of you. I have a wire cutter. Got these at Home Depot. Easy to use and very strong, cuts every type of wire. Scissors. I also have 2 foam boards that I got at the DollarTree. It's a lot of elements, but you're going to see the magic as it transforms because I'll be giving you a sneak peek behind the scenes. All right, everyone, I'm going to share with you part 2 of the project for this month's tablescape. And it's, my daughter and I coined it the floral extravaganza. And this is because we're going to have a centerpiece that lays on the edge of the top of the table and cascades over the side and onto the floor. Super easy. And here is step 2. So I had the 2 foam boards. I cut the first one in 2 half circles, and this is how I figured it out. And measured the edge of the board, found the center point, and then I put my finger in the circle on the bottom of the ruler, and then I used my pencil and I moved the ruler from left to right, almost like a protractor, I think. I don't remember back in high school, but yeah. So my finger was here, and I moved it, and I got a decent representation of the half moon. I did the same thing on the other side. Then I used the scissors and cut it out, and this is what it looks like. And so the next step is to glue these 2 halves together to give it some depth, because the flowers will be inserted in the foam board. So I have my trusty hot glue on top of the silicone mat. And then glue that down. With the foam board, once you lay it down, that's it. So make sure you get a precise marking as possible. Done. The other foam board, I measured the 2 ends, and they needed to be 6 inches each. And then the piece that was left, I cut that in half. So these first two pieces run the length of the board, cut in half, and then I'm going to glue this together. Be super careful with the hot glue gun. I've had many a burns in my time, and they're not fun. And just fold it down for a little bit to kind of get it stuck in the right position. Make sure there's no spot that's lifting up. And the last part, the third piece of the foam board, I cut that in half widthwise, and then I'm going to glue that together. There we go. So this piece is going to be on the table for the centerpiece. This is the piece that'll be cascading off the side of the table. And then this is the piece that's going to be on the floor. Let me see if I can give you a better visual of that. So on top of the table, cascading down, and then on the floor. All right, when I come back, I will show you how I put it together and put the flowers in the foam board. Okay, so the next part after cutting the foam boards, I taped the half circles to the rectangle. Like that. I taped the back and front, and I did the same thing to the part that's going to rest on the table. And so now we're going to start the process of putting in the flowers. So I have these two types. I'm going to do white. These are off-white first. I'm going to stick in the hydrangeas and then these in the middle. I'll fill the board with these, and then I'll put the colors in between. So I'm going to do a couple, because this is not very exciting, so I'll start that so you can see what it looks like. Put some close by. and then I'll go all the way around, and then I'll be back. All right, so I've completed putting the hydrangeas around the perimeter of the foam. Just want to give you this one tip. If there's a spot that you're putting in the flower in the side and it's loose, secure it with hot glue, because the last thing you want is to have your centerpiece or your decoration fall apart in the middle of the event. So this is what I have so far. The next step is to fill it with these ivory flowers. And that I'm just gonna stick like that. I'm gonna do a couple. Super easy. And in between that, I'm going to put the pops of the pink and purple once it's all filled in, but the white is the base. Yeah. And this part too, if like for me, what I can do with this decoration is to box it up and deliver it to a client. So if I'm doing that, then I would for sure hot glue everything in so that it lasts in the transport, the unboxing, and the setting up. So I will be back and this will be all filled in. Alright, so I have filled in the body of the floral arrangement. That's going to be running down the length of the table, and then the other piece that's going to be on the floor. This part is going to be on the table. So if this is for a wedding, then the bride and groom will be sitting on this side, and then the guests on that side. Because it's for a special area in the event, whether it's going to be for a display of a candy bar or cake table or sweetheart table for the bride and groom, the piece that goes on top of the table has to look bigger, fuller, and a little bit different than the body, just to make it a little extra. So the flowers that I'm going to use for this part are the fuchsia colored hydrangeas, a sprig of the purple, and then lavender and pink roses, pastel pink peony, and some purple berries. So I'm going to do it in stages. So the first thing I'm going to do is to build up the base of the arrangement. And I'm going to fill it with the hydrangeas. And hydrangeas are a good filler for arrangements. They're big and thick and full. They give a look of bountifulness. And even if you're using natural flowers, you fill the bowl with the hydrangeas and then put in pops of colored roses. And it's going to look amazing. So these hydrangeas I'm going to insert vertically because we want to give a look of elevation to the piece that's going to be on top of the table. And I'm going to go all around the foam with that. Go all the way around because you want to make sure every spot is filled, because the people sitting on the other side, they don't need to be looking at any holes in the arrangement. Make sure it's filled in properly. Great. Then the rest I'm going to be putting on the top. See? It looks very full already. Then I'm going to go in between now with the lavender roses. Let's go there. I'm going to take the one that looks the biggest and most open and put that right in the front. Just make sure. Yep. So that the guest can see the beautiness, the beautifulness of it all. And then I just fill in the rest. And we don't want to push it too far down so that it's flat against the foam, because we want this arrangement to be elevated and full. Alright, let me just hold on to that one, then I'll fill in the pink. I'm going to try not to put two purple colored roses next to each other. Just want to mix it up. Right. And then I also have some pastel colored peonies. It's going to add a little bit of a lightness, because the colors are very rich in this arrangement. Making it a little light. Take that off. Yep, I'm missing the spot right here. All right, so then I'm going to go through and add the berries. This is just going to add some contrast in the texture of what's already going on. Super easy. The hardest part of putting this together is the creating the design, figuring out the logistics of getting the design to work, and then going to get the supplies. And once you have that, putting it all together, pretty easy. All right, So I'm going to go through, make sure I don't have any holes. Make sure the flowers aren't crushed and it looks full on all sides. Yep. Alright, so it's done. I am going to set everything up and give you the full view of this month's tablescape. Before I do the tablescape, I almost forgot to do the special candle holders that will go on either side of the arrangement on the table. And these items I got at the DollarTree. This is just a large votive. Be sure to remove the sticker before you start the project. And these are candle holders. For this project, I'm going to use the hot glue to put the votive on top of the candle holder. So it looks like that. If you're doing it for an event, the best thing to do is to use E6000. It's a very strong glue that holds glass together. Do it outside. Definitely wear a mask before you do that because it's a very strong, almost toxic smell. But for this project, I'm just going to use hot glue because I reuse my items from project to project for the videos. All right, so I have my hot glue gun ready, and I'm going to put the glue around the glass, votive, not votive, candle holder. Then center it as much as possible and hold. It sets pretty quickly because the glass is cool in temperature. Go down. Next one. Just around the rim of the candle holder. And then center and hold. Done. And that's going to go on either side. I'm going to put a nice candle in here. That's it. All right, everyone, here is the finished product. My daughter and I like to call this one the floral extravaganza. Beautiful cascading arrangement. Any bride and groom would love to sit at this table. If you need help designing a wall arrangement or decor for your event, my name is Melody. My email address is info@myproeventplanners.com. My website is myproeventplanners.com. We've accentuated the table with some candelabras, the ones that were made. Right here. Totally love it. Totally beautiful. And I'll post a video on the details of it on my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. both being pro event planners.